representing the 10 Ward Mob Squad.
What up, party people? Welcome back to another episode of Hood Talk. Let's get it. Today's news in the hood. I will be speaking on inmates with mental illness. Gonna be a good one, y'all. Okay. Today, I chose to speak on this subject because it's near and dear to my heart. Reason being, I have a lot of people that's in my family that suffer with mental illness, and I also know a lot of guys that suffer with mental illness that's also currently in jail. So, one in particular being this guy from out of St. Tony Project that goes by the name of Earl, right? And fairly bright guy, but however, he wound up catching a charge and went to jail. And, you know, they have this thing about, well, back in the day, I never did it, but they had this thing that a lot of guys was deceived by that, you know, if you catch a murder charge or anything of that nature there, you play crazy and possibly you can get out of it. Now, there is a small percentage of that is true. It really is. But in doing that, you need to understand you're playing with professionals, right? And these psychiatrists and social workers, they know the signs, they know the languages, they know the intellect. They just know the things to look for when trying to diagnose one with, you know, such disorders, right? And guys don't know that, and guys don't understand and know that those doctors and social workers and psychologists, they know that. All these inmates be under the consumption that, oh, if I play crazy, I can get from under this murder charge. So I'm going to go in there and tell them, go and shaking my head and be like, when they ask me a question, I'm going to be like, I don't want to talk. You know, I didn't have guys to tell me things like that. Or I'm going to go in there with a pencil in my ear and put it in my mouth. And when they ask me a question, I'm going to bite the eraser. You know, guys really think that it's just that easy. So what winds up happening is the fact that they know what to look for and you don't, they gonna let you play crazy because they can't stop you from playing crazy. Because technically they don't know if you're really crazy or not. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna allow you to do that if that's what you want to do. And guess what? Now you done mess your whole life up. Because now they're about to start hitting you with all type of medications. So with that being said, I'm about to upload a little clip of this guy who went to jail. And matter of fact, a couple of guys who went to jail. And however, for one reason or another, they couldn't seem to get their life right and played crazy, and it wound up affecting their life. So with that being said, sit back and enjoy the episode.
I've ingested things like bed hooks.
Tonight on Frontline,
I swallowed a cassette Walkman.
they are schizophrenic.
In my head back and push it down my throat.
Out of prison.
Portion, the devil. They said they got a needle, a feather, and a rope.
With nowhere to go.
Became homeless for 2 years. Yeah, that was rough.
And no help to cope.
Psychiatric treatment for those that are coming out of incarceration is very poor.
What would happen if you stopped taking those medications?
I started hallucinating.
You can decide to not take the medication anymore. In an instant, all the good can be erased by a relapse.
Many of these mentally ill offenders wind up back in prison again and again.
Going back and forth to jail, back and forth to jail, back and forth to jail.
I see the whole community mental health system as a huge social failure. A person is going to get a better level of care while incarcerated than they're going to get if they live in the community, and that's really sad.
Tonight, the unending cycle of tragedy for the released.
He's asking if Burns is on his way.
I was in state hospital before prison and diagnosed then at the age of 16 as schizophrenic. I go through cycles where I, don't take my Thorazine willingly and stuff, and then I really, as I say it, my mind snaps. I've cut myself a lot, and I've ingested things like bed hooks, razor blades, ink pens, pencils, toothbrushes. I swallowed a cassette Walkman AM/FM radio and just crushed it up in chunks and slivers and just bend my head back and push it down my throat and then immediately drink water and swallow it. I'm like my own worst enemy. I'm really, in a sense, destroying myself psychologically and physically.
Do you think you're mentally ill, Mr. Tharp?
No. No, I don't think I'm mentally ill.
What do you think you are?
I think I have a spiritual illness. Maybe, as I say, a spiritual insanity. That's the extent of it.
Tharp, ready?
We first met Jerry Tharp in 2004 when we made a film in Ohio about the mentally ill in prison.
And I will be a headache to you no more, B.
After serving 10 years for aggravated robbery, Jerry was about to be paroled.
I need you to sign this copy saying that you received these medications. It goes in your chart.
He was released to a halfway house with $75 and 2 weeks worth of medication.
You're not familiar with it, that's your Thorazine.
Okay.
If you have any problems, you can follow up with your primary care physician or your local health department.
If I was a betting man, what would be the odds of me coming back to prison? 0. It's been a long time, and I'm finally free. I feel good, about leaving, and I'm going to be gone. Stay gone.
Our hope was that Jerry would stay gone, as he put it. But only 3 months later, he stopped taking his medication, robbed a pharmacy, and went back to prison. We also found out that, like Jerry, almost all of the inmates we met 5 years ago had since been released and rearrested.
Any person who leaves prison without a pretty good support system will have a very difficult time at trying to stay out of prison. And if you're mentally ill, that compounds the possibilities of you being successful in the community. I think the community knows.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Until next time, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I upload more videos. If you know someone that's struggling with mental health, mental illness, do not be afraid to offer them your assistance. Superfly Entertainment presents We're Not the Talk, We're Hood Talk. We out.
STP.